So this is my review for Boruto Manga 13, and it takes like 5 years for a chapter to come out. And since it's taking this long, I'm guessing by the time I finish this series, I'm gonna be on my deathbed, probably writing my will. Now, we start with this cover page here where we see Chocho and Sarada looking ready and all dressed to go clubbing to get a few men, because clearly we have Sarada here who is being portrayed as a sex symbol since they changed her character design from what it used to look like in the movie to this right now. And in the anime, her skirt is a little bit more longer, which, you know, proves that there is actually an issue with the way she dresses. And one thing I do want to say is that Sakura has failed when it comes to parenting anyways, because you have a daughter wearing high heels and short dresses fighting ninja. Like, it's like, did you join the academy to become a ninja or to look for a man? And we have Chocho here who is standing with Sarada posing, looking at something that only God knows, and apparently she is blonde when in the anime she actually has brown hair. So maybe this could be like a different interpretation of Chocho, because in the manga, right, in this manga, Momoshiki also has a different form. So maybe in the manga she is blonde and in the anime she has brown hair. Now the thing about Sarada that I like is that her design in the movie obviously showed her to be more covered up and have more self-respect. Now the thing about Kishimoto is that I like the way he portrays women in terms of clothing anyways, because we have a lot of anime here where they have women just rubbing sex all over your face, like rubbing the boobs or doing something to, you know, entice your sexual needs and shit. Now with Kishimoto's art, he made sure that the women within his anime or his manga looked really nice, as well as, you know, fully dressed at least. So yeah, the fact that they are displaying Sarada as a sex symbol, or, you know, trying to portray or sell her body to these viewers is fine. You know, it's fine if a female wants to feel sexy or at least act sexy, but the only thing about this is that it is a fucking kid. So in this chapter we have Boruto who is talking to Mitsuki and Sarada, and apparently Tento is a kid who seems to be an asshole but is not when you get to know them. And this is a life lesson that we have been taught multiple times. Now you should know that you should not judge a person by their looks but by their personality and their actions, and pretty much this is a life lesson to teach us that yet again. Now we have Boruto who forgets, we have Boruto who finds a card in his pocket, and apparently it is Tento who has sneaked it inside his pocket. Now as a ninja who is easily deceived and, you know, had something sneak inside their pocket, it is not acceptable, right? And at least this is what Boruto says. So he heads back to find Tento, and one thing that I do notice is how high they jump. Because of how Boruto jumps, like no one in our world at least would be able to jump that high and, you know, be okay with it, because yeah, we are not used to, you know, jumping that high, you know what I'm saying? So we have Boruto who is at the top of the building, right, and he overhears I think he's the daimyo of the fire country, and he talks about how they need to prepare some money to answer to the ransom, which will obviously bring Tento back. So obviously Boruto overhears this and he is sad because that means he failed his mission. So he heads to Sarada's house and calls Ikemoto Santa Claus because he delivered an early Christmas present for all the pedophiles waiting for pedophilic images in the manga. Now if the revealing legs of a 12-year-old kid is not good enough for you, well, here is a picture of her half naked. I hope that gets your dick up. Apparently they are going to take on a B rank mission, which now they cannot because Boruto failed his fucking mission and he needs to go back and sort it out before, you know, things get out of hand. So apparently she cannot, and he has a little bit of dialogue with Sarada where he apologizes for not being able to take on the mission. He says, you and Mitsuki just take the mission and go without me. I find this part of the dialogue really weird because Sarada says, is this something he cannot talk about? And then Boruto says yeah. So I think in this scene, specifically in this scene, it can show, you know, that they have a special bond, or at least they understand each other or talk to each other about maybe deep things, or at least that is what this scene, you know, meant to me in a way, because normally if it was a regular teammate, they would actually argue and ask you questions as to why you are not partaking in the mission. And, you know, Sarada understands Boruto and says, yeah, I think this is one of those things where, you know, you have to deal with something. You cannot talk to anyone about it because, you know, it is private to you, and she immediately understood. So that is a sign to inform the readers that they have some kind of connection going on, and she immediately understands Boruto. Boruto says, thank you, I owe you one, and he jumps off, right? He does his Superman jump. So this is when Sarada actually says he's really gotten on what. I don't know what that's supposed to mean. If you know what that means, just add it in the comment section down below, or at least, you know, I want a debate on what that actually means. And, you know, she takes her glasses off her face and she puts it on her lip, trying to act all sexy. So obviously, you know, Sarada is ready for the D, as she's already dressed to attract men. So it's like, yeah, she is really asking for the D right now. So I need Boruto, or at least Mitsuki, to go and serve her some. And the other thing is that maybe this is Sarada's character as a person, because, you know, she has the Sasuke behavior when she goes outside. So maybe it's like, there is this saying that goes that people have two masks: the mask that they put on when they are home, and the mask that they put on when they go outside. So they behave differently outside than inside, and inside is who you really are. And the fact that we have Sarada, who is always blunt when she's outside, maybe this is the inside view of her, who she really is and what she acts like when no one is around. But she acted this kind of way when she was fighting the Mujina members. So yeah, I can't really explain that. Maybe this is just an interpretation of Sarada on who she is inside. I mean, we have her mother, who is Sakura, who had the whole inner Sakura thing going on. So maybe this is like her split personality thing here going on. So anyways, we get to the scene where Tento has been captured, and we see Yamaoka, right, aka Alfred, who unmasks himself. He just speaks in the same manner that Alfred speaks, right? And then he says, wait, I should introduce myself properly. So obviously he picks out some of his hair, and then he transforms into this fat ass motherfucker. And apparently this guy's name is Shojoji, and this guy is the corpse clone technique user. Now, the fact that this guy can use such a powerful technique is really dangerous, because think about it. He could impersonate a Hokage, right? He could impersonate any Kage and no one would suspect it. Imagine if this guy had an entire army who knew how to use this jutsu. Like, he could infiltrate entire village systems without anyone knowing. He could even impersonate one of the daimyo, and I think that is his goal, to impersonate one of them, so he has power over an entire country. And think about it, the Hokage is just a military leader. The daimyo is like the president, the leader of the entire country, you know what I'm saying? So it's like he is trying to aim for this goal, and as long as he can do this, he has the power over the entire ninja system in the fire country, and that is a badass goal. And I think this villain is being underestimated because of the fact that he has weak ass goons, but the plan is very good, and so far it is working until Boruto just came in. So, you know, Boruto has the Ninja Scroll game to thank for him being able to complete his mission, as well as save Tento, because apparently this corpse clone technique is dirty as a motherfucker. This guy has to eat your brain. So yes, this guy is number one a cannibal, and second of all, he ate Alfred's brains. That is really sad. How can you do that? How can you eat the brains of like a 60-70-year-old man? Just like that. That goes to show how nasty this guy is, and he easily needs to be stopped ASAP. And I don't think that Boruto can handle this guy alone with all his goons at the same time, even though he knows Rasengan, unless he is the super perfect ninja who is so prodigious that they take out ninjas who are out of their class as well as their goons at the same time. There is no chance in hell that Boruto is actually going to take Shojoji down all by himself. Now we have Tento here, who has a lot of character development. I mean, this character development is more dark because he actually grabs a shuriken, right, and he tries to kill himself because he says, if I kill myself, it will make it more easier for my dad because he does not have to pay the ransom. So obviously this guy has the mentality of a ninja already, or at least one of those psycho ninja who would do anything to keep a secret code like Kizame, right? So we have this kid who has developed a lot mentally anyways, and the fact that he is willing to kill himself to save his dad a lot of trouble is really good. But the question is, would his dad do the same thing for him? Because his dad neglects him a lot, and you know, all these rich people are spoiled as hell. So I don't know whether his dad will do the same for him, but that is a lot of character development. And you know, we get to see how dangerous Shojoji is as a person, and the fact that he can, you know, change himself into someone just like that, by eating their brains, makes him really dangerous. And if his plan actually works out, then this would be one of the best villains of the entire Naruto universe. So yeah, I am expecting him to carry out some of his plans, you know, to a certain extent before Boruto stops him. So yeah, we have a brand new villain, and niggas like, I don't eat pussy, I don't eat ass, I eat brains and shit. So yeah, overall review of this chapter, I will review all the characters. Now for Mitsuki, there is no character development because he's always ignored. We have Boruto, who actually tries to correct his mistakes and be responsible, showing that he is very different from Naruto in terms of maturity anyways. And then we have Sarada, who I'm concerned about in terms of the way they portray her, because of, you know, she's trying to be sassy and stuff. It's fine, but the thing is that you are dressed like you're looking for a man, as well as, you know, being sassy in a way, and those two don't fit together for a role model. And as a main character, that means that we are going to be seeing this a lot, and if this is all people see of Sarada, then they are going to think that Sarada is nothing but a hoe, or at least this is not the character that we saw in the movie. I mean, that version of Sarada I can 100% tell is Kishimoto's work, and we have this new one who comes from Ikemoto and Ukiyo Dachi. So these two are definitely the people behind this new development of Sarada, and Kishimoto is sort of supervising this. So if he accepts this, then that is fine by me, but I'm just worried about the overall view of the audience on this character. With that being said, that has been my video for today. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section down below. Like, subscribe, and most importantly share if you want to be in the best comments. With that being said, I have nothing more to say. Bye.